Hi friends, welcome back to the kitchen. Welcome if you're new. I'm Cheryl, this table full of joy. And friends, as you guys know, I have been on a quest to eat a little bit better, watch the ingredients that we're having, and I am trying to get rid of some knee problems that I have. And I know part of that is I need to get some weight off. So I have been fasting for years. I fast, I do intermittent fasting. So I fast the night before, so after dinner until lunchtime the next day. Typically, and my eating time varies. It just depends on how busy I am that day. Some days it's at 11:30, some days it's not till 2. It just depends on what I have going on. But I've been on the hunt for some fun recipes for this warmer weather coming up that I can put together, have things ready, have all of the components together so I can put together a really quick, easy lunch so that I make better choices, because I get busy and then I make bad choices and that doesn't help the progress. So I found this recipe on, I believe I saw it on Facebook, but I've seen it on Instagram, I've seen it on TikTok, but I'm gonna make a couple little tweaks to this one because a couple of things I don't want that I'm gonna do something different. So this is a cucumber salad that I saw on there. It's got lots of protein in it, but they use a couple of things that I don't want. So we're gonna go through this together. I'm gonna prep a bunch of cucumbers today so that I have some cucumbers in a bag wrapped in foil, or not foil, wrapped in paper towel, so they don't get all mushy or soft. It helps just kind of wick away the moisture, makes it a little bit easier to keep them in the fridge, because if I have these things prepped, I'm more likely to eat them. So today we're making the cucumber salad, and I want to show you how we put this together. So this is a really simple, easy salad to do. But like I said, I am making a few changes to this salad, putting in some things that I want. We're keeping the base the same, which is cucumbers, and we are going to use cheddar cheese. If you don't want cheddar, you can use pepper jack, you can use Monterey Jack, you can use Parmesan, you could use whatever kind of cheese you want to use. By all means, use that. I'm just using cheddar because that's what I like, and I'm okay with that. The other thing that this salad uses is a bottled jalapeno ranch dressing. I am trying to stay away from bottled dressings, so I still have some of my delicious homemade Caesar salad dressing, and I'm going to use that instead. If you guys missed that video, I will leave a link in the description box for that Mother's Day prep video. It was a live video that I did where I shared this Caesar dressing with you guys, and it's delicious. The other thing that I'm going to do different is this salad, they use those Salad Supreme salad toppings. I'm not a fan of those. Not a fan. So I'm just going to use some roasted and salted sunflower seeds, as well as some roasted and salted pumpkin seeds. I think that's going to give me the same kind of crunch, but I don't have all the stuff that they put in those salad toppings. The other thing, it just has bacon as the protein in this. I'm going to use some turkey too. I bought some big thick slices of turkey at the store this morning, and that's what I'm going to use to add a little bit of extra protein to this salad. So we're just going to put down, and I'm not going to toss this. I'm just going to put down the cucumbers. I'll set those aside because I will use those tomorrow for my lunch. But we have our cucumbers here. I'm going to put a little bit of this dressing on here because we're using the dressing as a glue to get everything else to stick to it. This dressing is so good, friends, let me tell you. And I have just enough for today. And I'm going to have to make a batch tomorrow. So you still might get to see this recipe, the dressing recipe, in this video, because I think I'm going to have to make some more tomorrow. So I might just bring you guys along with me to make another batch. So I'm just going to put some of my Caesar dressing on here. All right, that looks pretty good right there. All right, we also need some shredded cheddar cheese. Like I said, you can use whatever kind of cheese you like. That's what I would use. So I'm just going to grate a little bit of some cheddar on here. We're getting some protein from the cheddar cheese as well. Just like that. We've got our bacon. This is bacon that I had already cooked up a couple of nights ago for something. And so I'm just going to break this up into some little pieces and put this on top of my salad. These are going to be so good to have in my brain and have all of the components in my refrigerator ready for me to make these at a moment's notice during the week when I need a quick lunch, because I get busy and I make bad choices, and I'm trying to eliminate that from my options. All right, so we have our bacon, we have our cucumbers, we have our dressing. These are big slices of turkey, and I'm just gonna cut off a chunk, and then I'm gonna cube it up, and we're gonna have that with our cucumbers. So I'm just gonna cut off a piece here. We don't need a big, huge piece. I'm just trying to get more protein in my diet. For years and years and years, I did intermittent fasting and keto. And I am not a huge fan of keto. Sorry, if you guys are doing keto and you love keto, that's for you, but it's not for me. I just really feel like we need fruits and veggies in our diet. And that's one thing that keto eliminates. And I really feel like we need fruits and veggies in our diet all the time. So we're gonna put our turkey on here, just kind of pile it on there. We still have plenty of turkey for tomorrow and the rest of the week. So as I said, they put that that salad supreme stuff on it. I'm not a fan of that. The other thing I'm gonna add to my lunch is some cottage cheese, and I love this Daisy cottage cheese because it is just clean ingredients in this one. It's one of the only cottage cheeses that has clean ingredients. You can see the ingredients on there at the bottom. Super, super clean ingredients, and I love that. So we're gonna have a little bit of cottage cheese with our lunch. I am a huge fan of putting seeds on my cottage cheese. So we're gonna have a few seeds on our salad and a few seeds on our cottage cheese, because that's what I like. So put a few on there, put some on our salad. Lots and lots of good protein in sesame seeds or sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds. So I'm gonna put a few on there and just a few on top of my cottage cheese. And that is our lunch number 1 for this week. Trying to make some better choices, trying to eat some better foods, and that is my lunch today. We will see you guys tomorrow for another delicious lunch. All right, friends, we are back for another delicious low-carb-ish lunch. This is day number 2 for me. So yesterday, the cucumber salad was fantastic. I love that I have everything prepped and ready for that now. I have cucumbers sliced in the fridge. My bacon is already cooked and ready to go. Everything is super easy just to throw together. It helps me make better choices. And later, we are gonna make some lemon protein bars, because I find myself, when I've gotta be gone in the morning, I fast. In case I forgot to mention that, I fast from the time dinner the night before until lunch-ish the next morning. So probably sometime between 11 and 12:30 is when I break my fast. And I find myself out running errands about that time sometimes. I'm in meetings sometimes. So I'm gonna make some protein bars that I can pack in my purse with me, grab a Chomps beef stick and a protein bar, and I'm good until I get home. So let's make today's recipe. I'm super excited to try these. I saw this on a reel on Facebook and on Instagram, so I think they're gonna be delicious. So let's get them made. So I've got 2 ounces of cream cheese and 4, these are very, very fresh eggs. That's why they did not peel perfect. We're gonna mash these together, get the eggs and the cream cheese all combined. If you guys have a secret for how to peel fresh eggs, let me know in the comments, because I have tried so many different things and they don't always work, and it's super frustrating. So, because we are buying fresh eggs now from a local farm, and I am only gonna have fresh eggs in the house now, so they're not gonna be the eggs that are weeks old that you get in the grocery store. So I don't want these super mashed up, but I do want some of the big chunks of the white broke up a little bit. I love egg salad, and it is so full of protein. It's super good for you. All right, that looks perfect. I'm gonna put some chives in here. I love chives and eggs together, so I love having, these are just some freeze-dried chives, but they're gonna be delicious. I'm also gonna put in a little bit of dill. I love dill and eggs together, so I love to have a little bit of that in here. A little bit of our Redmond's real salt in here. A little bit of fresh cracked black pepper. And you can make your egg salad however you like to make it. That's how I would make your egg salad for these. A little bit of mustard. I love mustard in egg salad. A little bit of mayonnaise. I make my egg salad pretty simple. Not a whole lot of stuff in it, but still gonna add some things to it to give it some flavor. So I'm gonna say probably 2 tablespoons of a really good mayonnaise. Whatever mayonnaise you enjoy, that's what I would use. And we're just gonna mix this all up together. So I did not make the egg salad yesterday because I knew I was gonna have these for lunch today. So I figured I would just make these. I have plenty. This will give me enough for the rest of the week. Just like yesterday, I had the cucumbers for lunch. So when I was slicing them, I just prepped extra cucumbers and have those in my fridge in a container with a little bit of paper towel so they don't get slimy, just to help wick away some of the moisture. For our lunch today is some lettuce leaves filled with egg salad. But these are not going to be just ordinary lettuce leaves. So I got these on clearance at Kroger yesterday. So we're just gonna take a couple of these leaves. 2 of them should be plenty. Just gonna put those down on my plate. We're gonna put a little bit of egg salad in the middle. Make sure you get enough in there because egg is filling, the lettuce is not, and you want to make sure you're getting enough of the protein in it. All right, so we have our egg salad in there. We're going to put some bacon on here. This is some bacon that I cooked up. I love to keep fresh bacon cooked in my fridge. So on these 2 lettuce wraps, I'm probably going to use 1 full piece of bacon. So there isn't a ton of it. So probably a half a piece of bacon per lettuce wrap. Super excited about these. Now, if you put cheese on your egg salad sandwiches like we do here, then shred some cheese on top. If you don't do cheese with your eggs, then don't do it. It's totally up to you. But we do love cheese with our eggs. So I have a little piece of cheddar cheese left. So I'm gonna grate just a little bit. I don't need a ton, but I do want a little bit of cheese on these. Like I said, just a little bit of cheese. These look so good already. Cannot wait to go eat these. Last thing that goes on these is a little bit of tomato. If you're not a tomato fan, by all means leave it off. I don't mind a little bit of tomato, but I am going to dice these because I don't want big, huge pieces of tomatoes. So, you know, I think we can get away with just 1. I don't want to overload them, so they're super hard to eat. So 1 cherry tomato between the 2 if you dice it. If you don't dice it, you may want 2 tomatoes. The thing I'm going to have with my egg salad wraps is some cottage cheese. I love cottage cheese, and it's so full of protein and all kinds of delicious things. So we're gonna have some cottage cheese. And one thing that I showed you guys yesterday, I love doing sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds on my cottage cheese. It just gives me another little boost of protein from both of those things. But if you're not a fan of doing nuts on it, then by all means don't, but I'm going to. Just a few pumpkin seeds. And just a few some sunflower seeds. I keep wanting to say sesame seeds. These are sunflower seeds. All right. And just like that, friends, that is our easy and delicious, low carb, really healthy, lots and lots of veggies in here, lots of protein, super good for you. We're gonna go enjoy this, and we'll see you guys in just a little bit to make some lemon protein bars. All right, friends, those egg salad lettuce wraps were incredible. They were so, so tasty. Now we're gonna move on and make our lemon protein bars. I'm excited about these. The original recipe calls to use an 8x8 baking dish. You push them into the baking dish, pull it out, cut it into bars. I am gonna skip that step. I'm gonna use my bar pan, and I'm just gonna portion these out into this. Hopefully I have enough for 12 bars, and I'll split it. I have 2 sweet friends at church that I think will really enjoy these protein bars. So I'm gonna split this recipe in the thirds between the 3 of us. So my husband and I will get 4, and the 2 ladies at church will get 4 each, and everybody will be happy. We can all try these. It's a new recipe to me, new recipe to them. And so I'm excited to get an opinion from 2 people that really enjoy protein bars. So funny story, what made me think about this recipe was I saw it on Pinterest. And a couple weeks ago, I have a sweet friend at church. She's actually our youth pastor. And she was sitting in the cafe one Sunday morning. Most of us that serve at church or on leadership or anything like that, we are there an hour early before church to help get set up, to help get things ready and that kind of stuff. And so she was there early. I was there early. She was sitting in the cafe eating a lemon flavored protein bar. She had the worst look on her face, and she said it was horrible. It was disgusting, which I don't blame her. I've had protein bars and they are gross. They have the worst flavor. Unless they are a nut-based protein bar, they taste disgusting. So I found this recipe and everything looked super, super good in this. And I thought, you know what? She would love these. So we're gonna make a batch. We're gonna bless her with a few of them. We're gonna bless another one of my friends with a few of them tonight. And then we're gonna have a few for husband and I to try, and they're gonna be delicious. So let's get these made really quick. Everything goes into one bowl. We'll portion them out into the bar pan, flatten them out, and they're gonna go in the fridge for 2 hours. So these are really super easy to make. We need 1 cup of old-fashioned oats. Lots and lots of protein from the oatmeal. We need 1 cup of almond flour. And I think I probably have just about a cup left over from another recipe that I made a week or so ago. So we're just gonna dump this in here and see where we are. Try not to get it all over the floor, which is happening, but that's okay. I just love blessing people at church with things. I can't help it. I just do. And so when I saw this, like I said, I was like, I have to make these because I think that these 2 sweet friends of mine will absolutely love these. So this is the protein powder that we usually get. I was fortunate enough to get it on clearance at Fred Meyer because let's face it, friends, protein powder is super expensive. So we need a 1/2 cup of vanilla protein powder. And that looks about a 1/2 cup to me. I want to get all my dry stuff put in here first. So we need a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. Turmeric is fantastic for inflammation and all kinds of things. It has lots and lots of health benefits in it. So I was super excited when I saw that this recipe had turmeric in it. We need the zest of 2 lemons because we want lots and lots of lemon flavor. Make sure when you're zesting your lemon that you're only getting the yellow. You're not getting any of that white pith in there because that would be the worst. That white pith is extremely bitter and nobody wants to eat that. So the lettuce wraps are quite filling, just FYI. I made myself 2 of those and they were delicious. But I probably could have got away with just 1. So I am gonna make dinner and bring hubby his dinner like I usually do on Wednesdays, but I think I'm gonna hold off on mine and I may just eat a little bit of that when I get home tonight from church. Not quite sure what I'm gonna do, but I am nowhere near ready for dinner because that was just so loaded with protein that you don't realize how full you get just eating protein, and eating a lot of protein, a lot of veggies. So we'll see how I feel when I get home from church tonight. I may need a little snack. I may have one of these and call it dinner. I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying to make some better choices and really watch what I'm eating. But I'm not getting completely crazy about all of it. I am doing everything in moderation. I'm sure some of you guys know, if you follow me, if you've been on my channel for a while, you know that I absolutely love Dr. Pepper. And right now I'm just not ready to give that up. And I refuse to do the zero sugar stuff. I don't like the chemicals that are in the sugar substitutes. So I just choose to just stick with the regular one, and I have one a day. All right, so we need a little bit of vanilla. I'm gonna have to go get some more vanilla bean paste. So we're putting in close to a teaspoon of vanilla bean paste. All right, we need a 1/4 cup of honey. I'm gonna turn over my measuring cup real quick before I measure this out. I probably should have got my other, this one has been super tight. Let me grab the other one. 1/4 cup of honey. This is some more of that delicious fresh local honey that we got from just up north from us. So I'm just gonna just pour this in here, measure out a 1/4 cup. Like I said, I'm super excited about all of the really clean, natural ingredients that are in this. Okay, I think that's good right there. All right, now we need a 1/2 cup of almond butter. Using a really good almond butter that we got from Thrive Market. I can see the oil has come to the top, so we're going to give this a quick stir. Just give my spatula down in there and just give it a quick little mix, because I want to get all that almond oil mixed in there. This is super clean ingredients. I'm loving the stuff that we're getting from Thrive Market, because I know that all the ingredients are super good for you. All right, I think that's mixed enough. All right, let's put a 1/2 cup in here. All right. Use my spatula to scrape it off. Last thing we need is a 1/2 cup of lemon juice. My lemons are too big for my squeezer. All right, I'm just gonna do it by hand. These are pretty soft. So it looks like it's going to be the juice of both of these lemons. Let's see where we are. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this other half. This is the last ingredient. We're just going to give all of this a really good mix, get it all stirred up really well, and then we're ready to portion this out into our bar pan. All right, let's get our lemon juice put in here. So it's going to be a pretty thick batter, which I figured it would be, but that's okay. And then I think I'm going to get my cookie scoop out and use that to portion this, just so I make sure that I'm getting portions. And in case she asks, they ask me what the portion size is or whatever, I can tell her what it is. All right, that looks good. All right, so here's my cookie scoop. I'm using the larger one I have. I'm gonna put 1 scoop in here, and I wanna see how this portions out, if it's the right amount for this. Looks like it needs to be a heavy scoop. And that'll give me just exactly the right amount. The other thing that I'm going to do that the recipe does not call for is I'm going to put a few sliced almonds on top of each one. So I'm just going to set a few out, and we'll just kind of push them down in there so you can see the almonds. It's kind of hard to do lemon zest on top, but she'll know it's lemon because I told her it is. So, all right, I'm going to get the rest of these scooped out. Exactly 12 bars, which is perfect. That's what I needed. All right, I'm going to push these all out into the pan, and then I'll come back and do the almonds on top. Our almonds put on there, bars are ready for the fridge. We're gonna put these in there. They need to chill for 2 hours. So I'm gonna go throw them in there. I got about that long before I need to leave for church. So I'm gonna get those in there, and we'll see you guys when we pull them out of the pan. All right, friends, here are our delicious protein bars. You can look how easy these come out of this pan. That's why I love this bar pan. Pull these right out. They are gonna be delicious. I'm gonna pack up 4 in each one of these bags so that I can take these to my 2 sweet friends at church today, and they can try these. They are super excited to try these protein bars. I will tell them that they need to stay in the refrigerator because they will definitely get super soft if they are not refrigerated. But I think they're gonna love these. I will give you guys an update after hubby tries one and after the ladies try them, and I'll have them let me know what they think of them. These probably do need to sit just a little bit longer in the fridge. They're still just a tiny bit soft, but I think they're gonna be okay just to transport them to church, and then they can put them in their own refrigerators. But yeah, there you go. Those are gonna be delicious. All right, friends, I'm gonna show you guys how to make this Caesar dressing one more time. I know I did it in the live for you, but I'm making another cucumber salad today for lunch. And in this video, I just wanted to show you guys how to make the Caesar dressing in case you wanna make it. I'm using Duke's full fat mayonnaise. If you wanna use a light mayonnaise, go for it. You wanna use an olive oil based, go for it. It's whatever you wanna do, but this is what I'm using. So let's get the dressing made because I'm starving. I just got home from Bible study and I'm hungry. So let's get this made. So we're gonna do about a cup of mayonnaise. I'm making a decent sized batch of this dressing because I'm gonna use this for lunch for the rest of this week and weekend. I'm getting this mayonnaise all over my whisk. It's not what I wanted to do. Like I said, I love this Caesar dressing. It is so delicious. It's my absolute favorite. That looks like about a good amount. We need a little bit of Dijon mustard. And I'm adding extra Worcestershire because we are eliminating the anchovies that's originally in this recipe. Not a fan of anchovies. We need a little bit of lemon juice, just a dash. That should be good. I'm gonna put a little bit of garlic. I'm not using fresh garlic. I'm gonna use my dehydrated garlic. Put a little bit of garlic in here. A little bit of salt. A little bit of fresh cracked black pepper. I like quite a bit of pepper in my Caesar dressing. We need some Parmesan cheese. This is fresh grated Parm. Good couple of tablespoons of Parm. All right, we're gonna mix this up. If you want this to be a little bit thinner, you can add a little bit of hot water to it, which I think I might do. I'm not gonna put a lot, but just a little bit. Just want to thin the dressing out just a touch. The hot water is a good thing because it's not adding any extra calories or anything to it. If you want to dilute it down with a little bit of milk or half and half, heavy cream, whatever, you can do that as well. I'm just going to use a little bit of hot water because I think it'll be fine. But there is our Caesar dressing. Let's give it a quick taste. It's so good. That is amazing. I love that dressing. All right, I'm gonna make a cucumber salad and put a little bit on it. I've got cucumbers that I prepped a couple days ago. Like I said, I'm trying to have these things prepped and ready so that I don't have to do this kind of stuff. And then I'm just gonna use my whisk to put a little of this dressing right on my cucumbers. Maybe 2 teaspoons of dressing is all I'm using. Do a little bit of shredded cheddar cheese on here. Like I said, we don't need a lot. I'm not going for a lot. It's just a little bit of extra flavor on here. And that little piece that I had left was exactly what I needed, just enough. It's amazing how much less cheese you can use when you grate it. So a little bit of cheese on there. We're gonna put a little bit of bacon. So you can reheat the bacon if you want to. I'm not going to. I'm just going to tear it on here. This looks delicious though. You know, I think I'm going to put a few olives on it today. I have some olives back here. And I think I'm going to put a few olives on my cucumber salad. So I'm going to put just a few olives on here. Don't want a bunch, but just a few. I love olives. All right, I'm going to also do some cottage cheese with my lunch. That looks like a good amount right there. last but not least, some sunflower seeds on everything. And some pumpkin seeds. All right, friends, here's my low carb lunch. Super excited to go eat this. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, this week, as we made some fun low carb, healthy-ish type lunches, easy meal prep for you guys. Prep everything ahead of time and be able to just put these together super quick. They are delicious. I love them. I love eating these. It keeps me motivated to stay on the right track, which is what I'm trying to do. And so I hope you guys will give these a try. If you guys have a favorite lowish carb recipe, let me know in the comments what that is. I would love to hear it. And thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey as we are trying to eat better, trying to eat healthier, trying to eat better ingredients, things with nothing bad in them for us, like making our own homemade dressings and that kind of stuff. So it means so much to me that you guys take time out of your day to come and spend time with me and see what we're doing here in my kitchen. And if you guys have not yet, please hit that subscribe button up there. Would love to have you guys a part of our family. It would mean so much to me. And hit that notification bell so you're notified when we do upload. YouTube will send you a notification. And I would love to be able to have you a part of our YouTube family here. And so, friends, I'm going to go eat this. I'm hungry. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day and God bless.